hopefully you listening, you get a nice tax return back. I know not everybody does, but if you do, you gotta put that money in certain spots and be smart about it. Correct, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, it's going to go to the conspicuous consumption. It's going to go out the window, and you're going to end up spending it.
Yeah, I was reading your article on this, and it's fantastic, mind you.
Which article was that? Because I read a lot of Ted's articles on the toilet too.
It's talking about in thirds, like how you should break up your tax return in thirds if you're in that situation. As far as, I mean, I'll let you, obviously you explain, but the credit situation, the fund situation, the savings situation.
Well, the first things first in here, sometimes getting a tax refund can be good for people. People will say sometimes, Jason, that it's bad because you give an interest-free loan to the government. But if you could not save on your own, this is, in a sense, a form of forced savings. What I worry about for some people is if you get too large of a state tax refund, it actually becomes federally taxable the following year. So you just need to be careful, especially on the state side, actually, more than the federal side, just as a tip up front.
I didn't know that because most people, I mean, you've been getting tax returns for years. You always know your federal is going to be higher if you're getting a return, and the state's just a little bit. So
what are you talking? Well, what's the limit of it being taxed? I mean,
that's not a limit. It's whatever that you get a refund from the state. The following year, it's going to show up as income on your federal tax return.
Well, why is
a lot of people don't even look at that when they file their return. They say, "Hey, I got a $10,000 state tax refund. I feel great." Well, you're not going to feel so great the next year when you get taxed on it.
All right. Well, what do you suggest people do? I mean, let's just do a ballpark figure of, let's say, $10,000 you're getting back.
That's a pretty big refund.
Okay, $5,000. Okay. $5,000 tax refund. What should people do?
The first third of this, and really the primary part of this, is to pay down your debt. If you have credit card debt right now where you're paying 14, 16, 18% or more, or you have high interest rate student loans, or you have a high interest rate on an auto loan, you're going to want to take at least a third of that money and pay down that debt. Because you could invest the money in things like real estate, stocks, or bonds, but nothing's going to be guaranteed at 14, 16, 18%.
Right.
Paying off those credit cards is really a guaranteed return because you're paying the debt down. Plus, and emotionally, it'll make you feel a lot better to get some of that off your plate.
Sure. Okay.
I agree with that.
So you take roughly about $1,400 of the $5,000. You put it to your credit cards. You put a somewhat of a dent in there, depending on how much you owe. Well,
makes you feel better, and you're right. You're paying less.
That's right. Now, a third of the money, I like taking those dollars and put it towards some savings goal. If you do not have a rainy day fund, that's a good opportunity to set up a savings account or a money market that is a little bit less accessible than your checking account, and use that for the cash reserve, emergencies or opportunities. Now, if you have a cash reserve, this is the opportunity to either save for your child's college education or open up a Roth IRA account or a traditional IRA account, or even add more money to your 401k.
Also a lot of times people, I think, get caught up in I want to have a rainy day fund, but I just can't afford more than $25 a paycheck or $50 a paycheck. So, face value, it doesn't look like you're saving a lot. So this would be, tell me if I'm wrong, I don't think I am, but a good opportunity to start out with a nice chunk of change and then add to that. And then by the end of the year, you'll have over $2,000.
Right.
Well, what I worry for a lot of people, sometimes if you just put it in your checking account, people can't control their own spending. So sometimes opening up a brokerage account that has a money market account, or something that's one step removed where you have to call somebody or you have to take an extra step before you get that money, is actually helpful to you. Because if it's in that checking account, you know what? You've got something you need to repair in the house, you find something at the store you want to buy, there's a little vacation that you want to take, that money is going to go out the door.
That's exactly what you do. I did that too, because I know I'm the type of person that if the money's there, I might spend it. So years and years ago, I started a money market account, and that's exactly what you do. You put that money aside for a rainy day. Now, for people that are living tight, a lot of people are like, do I want my rainy day fund to eat into my sunny day?
Well, that's why one of the pieces of this thirds is that, even though I love saving money and paying down debt, you do have to have a little bit of fun. That's what life's about. It's a balance of having some fun today and saving for tomorrow. So that's why I say a third of this refund will go ahead and do something fun. That may be a vacation you want to take, or there may be something you wanted to buy, a new set of golf clubs, or maybe there's something you want to do in your house. What most people, Jason, will do with the refund is it immediately goes to, let's get a new bathroom, let's fix up the kitchen, something like that. I'm just saying take a piece of it and do something like that. Don't take all of it, because this isn't just newfound money money you didn't have. It's money you actually saved.
There was something else in Ted Jenkin Action Financial talking about what to do with your tax refund. If you are getting a tax refund, that when you're talking about saving money, this is also an opportunity. A lot of times when you come in every Tuesday, we're talking about ways for people to make money, and even on the smaller scale, but I think a lot of individuals, me included, that are looking for other ways to get money, make money without going and starting a big brick and mortar business or
like
something.
Streams of income.
Streams of income. There are places online that you could go with a small amount of money that over a short period of time make money. You gave an example of an internet venture that you were a part of that you took 10 grand, and by the end of the year, you're looking at almost maybe $1 million in refund.
Well, this is a great opportunity. Again, this could be with a third of the money. I wouldn't do it with all the money, but if this is the opportunity for you to start something small out of your house or out of your basement or something like that, where you could actually start a business. I did 1 year. I took $10,000. This was about 2 years ago. I set up a small business. I'm more skilled maybe at running a business, but I turned it literally in 2 years into a business that was doing $1 million of revenue. $10,000 investment into $1 million of revenue.
I love you.
Remember that if you're successful at a business, now you can lose all of your money running a business. A lot of people do. 7, 8, 9 out of 10 small businesses will fail. But if you're successful at it, you can make a lot of money by starting that business. And there are a lot of businesses you can do out of your house or online. Or there may be that small idea where it's say, you know what, this is an opportunity to take this money and let me see if I can create another stream of income with the cash that I get back from the federal government.
See, Steve, I told you that Ted Jenkin escort service was very profitable.
I knew it would be when I saw it, and I saw the girls that you had hired. I knew this would be successful.
It's a mobile escort service.
No,
it's not just any. It's
he drops them off at your house. He doesn't even slow down.
No, it's great. He pulls up, and you think the food truck's out there. You're like, that's no food truck. Maybe I should do a business too, like Live or Die, because I'm in that situation. Where I recommend whether a loved one should fade away or not.
I think that's going to be a part of these 7 or 8 out of 10 that fail.
You think?
It was disguised as a good humor truck, Steve. And
This article.
Okay.
This article that Ted's talking about on the website. Ted, how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, I would go to oxygenfinancial.net. If you get this refund, you do not want to squander it. We'll talk about 7 ways and 7 smart things that you should do with that tax refund. I'll give you one last one here, which is just make an extra mortgage payment. Just make one extra one. Most people don't realize you do that for 5, 6, 7 years in a row. You can clip a ton of years off of a 30-year mortgage. Very easy thing to do. It was never in your pocket to begin with.
Yeah, and you can divide that up over the 12 months and just pay like an extra $100 or $80 per payment. That's great. Great idea.
Yeah. Can people, let's just say you're getting a $5,000 tax refund. Okay, just for conversation's sake. They can still come to you and say, hey, look, I've got $5,000. What should I do with it?
Yeah, well, we had a listener literally call in yesterday that said, hey, I've been listening to the show for years, and I've got great advice. I hear you every Tuesday on here, but I'm wondering, do I have enough money to basically meet with you? And whether you have $5,000 or you have $500,000, it's a great time to get a plan, figure out how to save money in taxes, and prepare for your future.
Y'all, intern Brent meets with Ted. Anybody can meet with Ted, okay?
And the only money he makes is the money that we give him for Bet You Can on Friday.
This dude invests like $50 a month. Anybody.
OxygenFinancial.net. Ted Jenkin, good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. All right, headlines. Round number 2 up next here, Brandy. What do we have?
We have tickets to the advanced screening of Batman v Superman.
Yes.
Opens in theaters nationwide Friday, March 25th. And a bonus prize, delicious breakfast from McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Talked about that yesterday. It's Batman 5, Superman, Dawn of Justice. That's the conspiracy.
Batman versus Superman?
No, it's not versus. You'll see when the movie comes out. I'm going to be right on this one.
Okay, because right now it's versus.
No, it's not.
Well, everybody thinks that because it was a V.
Versus is a small V, not a big V. It's a small V, and it's a VS. It's not just a V.
Okay.
I promise you.
I love it when we talk about V in the morning.
This is a hornswoggle. All right.
Okay, it's a hornswoggle.
So that's what you got. Match up Brandy's headlines with the correct piece of audio. We'll take care of you here next. 404-741-7625. It's Bailey and Southside Rock 100.5.
Rock 100.5 right now. Haviland